Hi, Shabbat Tov, everyone. Hope you all had an awesome Shabbat over here. As you can see, I am showing you a picture of like a boat, a ship kind of thing. And that's what we're talking about in today's Daf, in the page of the Gemara. Acquiring a ship, purchasing a ship over here. We've been talking about all different business transactions in the last few weeks, especially within regards to this tractate. And what a better thing to talk about over here. So let's start it off a bit. According to Jewish law, transferring ownership of an object requires something called a kinyan. What is a kinyan, friends? Naturally, it is a symbolic act of possession. Obviously, the most common of which is called hagbaha. What is this, friends, over here? This terminology, where the purchaser lifts an object up in the air. What types of kinyanim acquisitions, let's just say, are used when the object is too heavy to lift? For example, the boat that is discussed in our perek, is this the question is which posed? Two candidates presented by the Gemara are. Now we're going to talk about something called the Misira. What does Misira mean in English? It means passing, where the owner hands the object over to the buyer and then he says, here it is, take possession of it. And there's also another terminology we need to be aware of called the Mishikha. What does it mean? Pulling over here, where the purchaser pulls it a little bit, making it move. Now the Rambam actually is going to quote it with the great Rabbi Chai Gaon as explaining that the kinyan of Misira is the weakest of all kinyanim, and it is only through the proactive statement of the owner that the action has any significance. Now the Gemara over here makes it very clear that this kinyan works for a boat over here, and the Rambam extends its significance to other situations where the object is too heavy for other kinyanim to be used. The Rosh, another great commentator of the Gemara, limits kinyan misira to boats over here where a simple touch can move the entire boat when it is standing in water, an act that can be interpreted to indicate ownership over here. However, there's other people that limit it to boats and animals over here, both. Boats, because they cannot really be carried onto dry land, and animals, why is this? Because it is common practice for the owner to hold onto the animal so that it should not run away. So according to the Rama, another great commentator, Rabbi Moshe Israelis, a kinyan mesira will work in all cases where the object is actually handed by the owner into the hands of the purchasers. Now over here, all of the limitations apply only to cases where the purchaser takes hold of the object on his own. Now this just adds another tidbit over here, that Mashiach is a more powerful kinyan over here, since a purchaser causes the object that he is buying to move over here, which is understood to be a sign of ownership. Now that is very interesting to use. Once again, using the excellent Koren edition notes of Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz on the daily Daf Yomi over here. I very much recommend everybody to check out and watch and listen to all of those things. Friends, we've actually been doing this nearly for 2.5 years already, this Daf Yomi tidbit over here. This one I'd like to dedicate Lunishmat to Sarah, Yudit, Bat, Esther, and wishing all blessings from us. Hope you all had a good Shabbat and stay tuned for tomorrow's version.